welcome to EPG Pathshala on the subject Social Medicine and Community Health. I am Professor C.P. Mishra, working in the Department of Community Medicine, Institute of Medical Sciences, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. I shall be discussing the module Health Activities at the State and Local Government. This module belongs to the paper Healthcare Delivery System. This is developed by a team comprising of myself as principal investigator, Professor Nazam Khalid from Department of Community Medicine, Jawaharlal Nehru Medical College, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh as paper coordinator. The module is written by Dr. Uzma Ram from Department of Community Medicine, Jawaharlal Nehru Medical College, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh, and the content is reviewed by Dr. Aris Ahmad from the Department of Community Medicine, Jawaharlal Nehru Medical College, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. The learning objectives that has been set for this session is, number one should be able to know what role does the state and local government play in achieving health for all and provision of health care. Number two, how the state government addresses the issues of reproductive, maternal and adolescent health. Number three, what are the measures to improve newborn and child health? Number four, one should be able to enumerate the various programs for control of infectious and non-communicable diseases. Number five, how the state government is responsible for health, research, medical education, and information, education, and communication activities. Number 6, what constitutes the local government? And next, what we understand by three-tier system of Panchayat Raj institutions, and what are the various health-related activities of the local government. So this module emphasizes on two important aspects. One, the contribution of the state government and local government in provision of health care to the people of every state, of their respective states. As we all know that health is a state subject as per Constitution of India. Within the federal setup of the nation, consisting of central government and individual state government. So every state is responsible for the health of its people. It makes every state responsible for raising the level of nutrition and standard of living of its people and the improvement of public health as among its primary duties. So every state government is responsible for raising the nutritional status of its people and also providing an environment that is conducive for health of the people living in that particular state. Since the inception of planning process, several measures were initiated. Initially, we had maternal and child health, and then came an era in around 1992 when we evolved Safe Child Survival and Safe Motherhood Program, which was later on converted into reproductive and child health. So the RCH program had reproductive, maternal, newborn, child health. But later on, it was realized that unless we adopt life cycle approach and include adolescent health under the purview of reproductive health, probably we are not doing the right job. And that is why a program evolved known as Reproductive, Maternal, Newborn, Child plus Adolescent Health, RMNCH plus A program. It focuses on adolescents as a critical life stage and linkages between child survival, maternal health, and family planning interventions. Scheme of home delivery of contraceptives by accredited social health activists, which was launched in the July 2011. It emphasizes on postpartum family planning program and emphasizes on free availability of commodities to ensure better access of family planning commodities to the users or beneficiaries. Pregnancy testing kits so that pregnancy can be diagnosed at earlier stage, free supply of pregnancy testing kits, safe washroom services at public health facilities, maternal and child health wing, MCH wings at district hospital, district women hospitals, and other high case load facilities at district level, just to give impetus to the provision of maternal and child health services. Janani Suraksha Yojana and Janani Shishu Suraksha Karyakram, JSSK, the initiatives entitles all pregnant women delivering in public health institute to absolutely free and no expense delivery, including cesarean section, and also some cash incentives to the ASHA and also the lady who is delivering, particularly in empowered action group states. And this program has been made a tremendous impact in the provision of maternal and child health services, particularly in rural as well as in urban areas. Advanced distribution of misoprostol during late pregnancy by ASHAs to prevent postpartum hemorrhage. As we all know that maternal mortality is one of the important burning issues in the country. And if you look at the causes of various causes of maternal mortality, postpartum hemorrhage is the serious one, and median survival is only 2 hours. And in this, just to avoid postpartum hemorrhage, advanced distribution of misoprostol is being taken care by ASHAs during late pregnancy. Mother and child tracking system, MCTS, and mother and child tracking facilities and centers. These initiatives are information-based technologies can improve the provision of maternal and child health services in respective states. A 3-tier approach for treatment and referral of sick newborns at health facilities has been adopted. Home-based newborn care scheme is there because it has been observed that at the time passes, survival of newborns is ensured. So, just to cut down the gap in the provision of benefit to the newborn, home-based newborn care scheme has been initiated. National Iron Plus initiative launched in 2013 to tackle high prevalence of anemia. Anemia has very serious adverse consequences in terms of quality of life, in terms of physical health and performance of work, in case of some medical problems or work capacity, and it is a significant contribution to low birth weight, perinatal mortality, and so on. So, in order to tackle the menace of anemia, National Iron Plus initiatives have been launched. Promotion of infant and young child feeding practices. It has been observed that in spite of tremendous efforts, there has been not significant decline in the extent of undernutrition in children over different surveys carried by National Health and Family Surveys, first, second, third, and though considerable decline has been observed in the fourth survey, which was recently carried out in the year 1915 and 1916. Nutritional rehabilitation centers have been opened to reduce the risk of mortality in children with severe acute malnutrition. Unfortunately, severe acute malnutrition children are the victims of death, and that is why nutrition rehabilitation centers have been opened by the state government and to take care of these children and by providing medical and nutritional care. Not only this nutritional rehabilitation centers provide an opportunity to learn by mothers how to take care of the child. So this has an additional benefit. Integrated management of neonatal childhood illnesses has adopted a syndromic approach, and it had immense potential in child survival and child well-being. Rashtriya Bal Swasthya Karyakram has been initiated to take care of disabilities, defects, and so forth. For many other conditions in this country free of cost to the children. Universal Immunization Program has made a significant impact. However, still we have traveled a long journey to reach to the desired level. Adolescent health, which includes adolescent reproductive and sexual health, popularly known as the ARS program, promotion of menstrual hygiene, because that leads to reproductive tract infection. Menstrual hygiene is not properly maintained, that leads to reproductive tract infection, and equally weekly iron and folic supplementation so that their adolescent girls are not victim of anemia. Rashtriya Kishore Swasthya Karyakram is there. The state governments also emphasize our National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program. We all know that Vector-Borne Disease Control Program poses a serious challenge in each and every state of the country. This program deals with 6 vector-borne diseases. These are malaria, dengue, chikungunya, Japanese encephalitis, Kala-Azar, and lymphatic filariasis. Implementation of prevention and control activities of vector-borne diseases is taken seriously by each and every state government, and there is a need for preparedness, particularly in those periods where mosquito density goes up, particularly rainy season and other periods. Rapid diagnostic tests annually are used by peripheral health workers and ASAs in remote and inaccessible areas just to cut down mortality related to falciparum malaria. National Revised Control Program is also being implemented by state government. Nationwide coverage of programmatic management of drug-resistant TB services under NRC has been also initiated. Interventions have focused on improving services for HIV-infected patients, and further from DOTS regimen, we are switching over to daily regimen under National Device Control Program, particularly in case of HIV-infected persons. A number of measures are being taken by National AIDS Control Program. Implementation of key interventions like targeted interventions for suckers, for IV drug users, for commercial sex workers, and so on, and targeted interventions in case of HIV has provided very significant outputs. Number 2, link worker scheme, management of sexually transmitted STI and reproductive tract infections. It has been observed that the probability of contracting HIV and AIDS are 9 times higher in those who are suffering from sexually transmitted diseases, or if there is a breach in the reproductive tract infection tract. Condom promotion. It is often said that earlier we were using condom for prevention of births. Now we are using condom for prevention of deaths. So condom promotion has a very significant impact in reducing infection with HIV. Blood safety program has received its due importance by the state governments, by everyone, because the efficacy of transmitting HIV through blood products is very high, around 95%. It means that if HIV-infected blood is infused to 100 persons, there is a probability that 95 out of the 100 will develop the disease. And that is why blood safety program received its due importance. HIV counseling and testing services have been extended by each state government so that people can avail these facilities. And For National AIDS Control Program, initiatives are being managed by the state governments in their respective states. National Leprosy Eradication Program. Leprosy work is not merely medical, it is often said, as Gandhiji has said, it is transforming frustration of life into joy of dedication, personal ambition into selfless service. That's the leprosy eradication program we have achieved phenomenally. Say, for example, in 1981, there were 57 cases of leprosy per 10,000 population. Now we have reached to less than one. We are near to elimination at the country level, but there are still many pockets in the country which have more than one leprosy case per 10,000 population, and they are defying eradication efforts. Number of centers providing reconstructive surgery for correction of disability among leprosy affected persons, and multi-drug therapy has to continue. Reconstructive surgery demonstrates improves the ability of these patients to for work, and therefore they should receive. Anti-leprosy drugs are being supplied free of cost through WHO, and every state government is taking care of that. Each and every leprosy patients are brought into the ambit of treatment. National Program for Prevention and Control of Cancer, Diabetes, Cardiovascular Disease, and Stroke. We all know, if you look at the national mortality, 72% deaths are taking place because of non-communicable diseases. India, on the one hand, has not been able to resolve all the communicable diseases. On the other hand, we have a very significant problem of non-communicable disease. And in the earnest of that, National Program for Prevention and Control of Cancer, Diabetes, Cardiovascular Disease, and Stroke has been initiated, which emphasizes on prevention and control of important incidents through health promotion, early diagnosis and treatment, referral, strengthening of infrastructure and human resource development. Among these activities, the most important is promoting healthy lifestyle in terms of no tobacco, no alcohol, daily enhancing physical activity and exercise, brisk walk for 30 minutes at least 5 days in a week, and consumption of 5 servings of fruits and vegetables can have a very tremendous effect in control of cancer, diabetes, reduction of hypertension, and equally in terms of cardiovascular diseases and stroke. Adenosine Deficiency Disorder Control Program has, since its inception in 1962, it has moved along, and iodized salt, which contains, besides sodium chloride, potassium iodide, has reached to 92% of the households now, and this program has made a big headway. Extensive IC activities have been carried out to create awareness among the regular consumption of iodized salt and promotion and control of IDD, along with supply, procurement of salt testing, quality, in order to ensure quality assurance that whatever salt is available, either from the government sector or from the private sector, contain enough iodine, and MBI kit is available, so this testing can be done. To promote consumption of adequately iodized salt, the idea is that if daily iodine requirement, that is 150 microgram per adult, is met, then people will be healthy, and there will be, not only in terms of physical activity or in terms of other activities. National Program for Health Care of Elderly has, recognizing the fact that geriatric population is increasing. Geriatric population are more vulnerable in terms of physical health, in terms of mental health, in terms of social health, because the paradigm shift in the sociological approach of the society, and individualism, nuclear families are emerging, and old people are getting neglected, and that is why a program for National Program for Healthcare of LLD has been evolved to provide separate and specialized comprehensive healthcare to the senior citizens at various levels of state healthcare delivery system, including outreach services. The next program which has been initiated is the Integrated Disease Surveillance Program, which provides us information about the various diseases that are existing. The key objective of IDSP is to detect and respond to outbreaks of epidemic-prone diseases at the earliest and to have database and monitor trends what is happening in the country. And surveillance units have been established at all state and district headquarters. Other programs that's being managed by state governments include National Tobacco Control Program, National Mental Health Program, Control of Blindness and Trauma Center Care, trauma, that is road traffic accidents and other types of trauma are becoming an important concern. And each and every state governments have been trying to evolve trauma centers at various district and medical colleges, so that because trauma involves interdisciplinary approach in care, and that is why it means that all specialized services should be available at one particular place, and that is why trauma centers have been created. The next important aspect that is being looked by is education. Relaxations in norms and infrastructure for opening of new medical colleges and intake capacity. Each state government is very conscious that unless there is enough human resource, probably they will not able to deliver the goods. And so that is why, in order to have more human resource in terms of medical officers, in terms of other specialists, new medical colleges and intake capacity has been relaxed in the country. Information, education, and communication activities to spread health messages through group communication initiatives such as folk songs, drama, nukkad natak, and other performing art forms are being undertaken in the community. The idea is that we should not only emphasize on supply-oriented strategy. We should make people aware, and we must create a demand-oriented strategy. People should come forward, and they should realize the importance of each and every services which have been created in the country, because these are for their benefit. Health research is one of the desired inputs. Aims to bringing modern health technology to people by encouraging innovations related to diagnostic, treatment methods, as well as prevention, including vaccines. So, a lot of emphasis is being taken or given on health research and use of, particularly on operations research, use of various technologies, diagnostic kits, and so that in the health system, by the health personnel, so that for the prevention and betterment of the health of the population. It also helps in strengthening ICMR as a fulcrum of this department in generating scientific knowledge for translation and implementation. Nowadays, emphasis is there that we should not confine to survey-based research. We should move from diagnostic to operations research, and we should bring out those issues which have translational value, or if not transformative value. Then, once discussing the various functions of the state government in consultation with the national government, government of India. There are local government also, and local government, which refers popularly known as the panchayats in India. They play a very significant role in provision of healthcare. Panchayats in India are an old age institution for governance at village level. It is a three-tier system with elected bodies at the village, taluk, and district levels. And these bodies, if they are brought into the ambit of healthcare, probably they play a very significant role in terms of participation, in terms of provision of services, and so on. Panchayats have been assigned 29 rural development activities, including several of which are related to health and population stabilization. The 11th schedule includes family welfare, health and sanitation, including hospitals, primary health centers and dispensaries, and 12th schedule includes public health. It means that village and health sanitation committees, if they are functional at the local level, then the health of the people of that particular region is likely is bound to improve. The Gram Sabha, where empowered, has the potential to act as a community level accountability mechanism to ensure that functions of the village panchayat in the area of public health and family welfare are taking place. Present scenario, similar length and breadth of the country, panchayat, the new panchayats cover about 96% of India's more than 5.8 lakh villages and nearly 99.6% of the rural population. The 73rd Constitutional Amendment has expanded the development role further and envisages these institutions as an essential organ of a state to achieve the goal of economic development and social justice. At the same time, the Constitution also defines panchayats as an institution of self-government. The number of activities they perform: elementary education, adult and non-formal education, primary health care, drinking water, sanitation, women and child development, civic services, road and rural infrastructure, that will include rural electrification. So panchayats are involved in many activities. The CSS of poverty elevation, namely SGRY, which is applicable in the districts where NREG is not in operation, also assigns similar role to the Panchayat Raj institutions. So Yamnarega, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Schemes are being also managed by through them, and anti-poverty initiatives are being taken place, and panchayats are playing a very significant role in provision of healthcare in the country. All municipal acts in India provide for functions, powers, and responsibilities to be carried out by municipal government. These are divided into two stages: obligatory or discretionary powers. Obligatory functions: supply of pure and wholesome water, construction and maintenance of public streets, lighting and watering of public streets, cleaning of public streets, places and sewers, regulation of offensive, dangerous and obnoxious traits and calling or practices, maintenance or supply of public hospitals, establishment and maintenance of primary schools, registration of births and deaths, removing obstructions and projections in public streets, bridges and other places, naming streets and numbering houses. Discretionary functions are laying out of areas, securing or removal of dangerous buildings or places, construction and maintenance of public parks, gardens, libraries, museums, rest houses, leper homes, orphanages, and secure homes for women. Public buildings, planting and maintenance of roadsides and other trees, housing for low-income groups, conducting surveys, organizing public receptions, public exhibitions, public entertainments, provision of transport facilities with the municipality, promotion of welfare of municipal employees. Now, just to summarize, as I have said earlier, health is a state subject as per Constitution of India within the federal setup of the nation. It makes every state responsible for raising the level of nutrition and standard of living of its people and improvement of public health as among its primary duties. The various health-related activities of state government include measures for improvement in reproductive, maternal, newborn, child plus adolescent health. The state is also responsible for containment of various infections as well as non-communicable diseases. The state government also looks after medical education, health research, and IEC activities. Panchayat Raj system in India is a three-tier structure. Its major activities include family welfare, health and sanitation, including hospitals, primary health centers, and dispensaries, and public health. Panchayat Raj institutions was intended to create greater participation in the local government by people and more effective implementation of rural developmental programs. Panchayats have been assigned 29 rural development activities, including several which are related to health and population stabilization. Finally, I must thank for visiting for visiting to EPG Pathshala on this particular module. Thank you very much.